To all you brave souls venturing to Fearville, I say one thing. Merry Christmas! I'm just teasing. But these $25 Christmas trees came in clutch today from Walmart because they're these like evergreen kind of pine needly trees, and I needed them to kind of get the guests in the mindset of this is a national park. Obviously, of course, there are palm trees everywhere, so I can't really hide that notion, but, you know, I thought they were cool. I might even get a couple more and spruce up, pun intended, the rest of the landscape. As you can see, our zombie is tucked away for now. I need to get some bags to put over them so I don't have to move them in and out because of the Florida weather. Also got this, found it on the side of the road. Really cool. Gonna put like an old radio and some other props on it, so I'm looking forward to that, but it's nice to have some more scenic stuff. Nothing too different here. I thought about putting some trees here, you know, some of those Christmas trees. Did add, well, you did see I added the second row of camo netting, but I did kind of secure it a bit more, put some zippy ties to make sure that it's all cohesive. But kind of the other thing I did with camo netting, as far as it's concerned, is this wall back here, which will cover up the picnic table, so I can bring some of our creatures for the picnic table out and get that set up. Now, during the day, of course, you can see, you know, straight through, but at night, very different story. We have this section to work on as well, so I don't want to neglect it in favor of the front half, because it's all important, and it's all coming soon. Also went ahead and set up our dead Picknickers. They've definitely been really hungry. Obviously, I'm going to get some, food out here for them to be not eating. And I also got to clothe them up because I feel like they wouldn't have died naked. But, you know, it's a work in progress, and they look really darn creepy, I'll be honest. It is currently almost 11 p.m. at the farm. And may I say, it's quite creepy here all by your lonesome. I wanted to show you some more progress I made on Shelter 16, specifically some lighting. Now, it's not going to be very apparent in this video, so I'm going to have to make it more obvious somehow, but there's a good bit of lighting work done. I actually have a spotlight that I just bought here. You can see one of the Christmas trees that I got, and then there's the other one, and there's a blue light coming in from this side. So you have blue on the left and kind of a warm white on the right, kind of making an interesting combination. I do need to get a beam to go across there to make an official doorway, but we're getting there on our first cabin. As you enter, of course, there's George again, whom a lot of people really liked, but sadly he couldn't make the cut. Got a bunch of our decorations here and some more on this side. Got that new table in, and I got some junk I need to move out of the way. I'm gonna slip through here. There you can see that light that I might need to diffuse somehow, cover up a bit, or get a little bit closer to there. Like I said, the wolf's gonna go here, and Deathcrawler, I need to bring them out soon. Here's the wall. Got the Smokey the Bear still. All good so far. Right here, of course, is where the bear is gonna go. I have to move that fence to where I'm gonna wanna keep it. There's the outhouse. Need to get a crescent moon for it. I'm kind of making a mental checklist. I did add this snake here. I thought it was cool. I might have to move it to somewhere else, but, you know, snakes are freaky. Up here is the fisherman from Port Chum. If you remember, he's on the other side of the water here. As you can see, there's a little waterway. There's the fisherman, just chilling out here. He's kind of strapped into that fence there. I'm going to have to put a bag over him so the weather, you know, doesn't get to him. But he's a pretty sturdy character from Home Depot, and I want to get like a little shack or something, sort of like how I had in Port Chum, just to show off some of his nautical stuff. Here are the two Picknickers. Of course, they need some clothes, and they need some food to be eating and a light on them because it's pitch black otherwise. That rustling isn't creepy at all. You have these poles where the next little facade, not quite as elaborate as that one, but nevertheless, I still want to get, you know, another brief indoor portion. And out here you can see I added the fire. Now, of course, this is not done. I just wanted to get kind of a rough lighting test. I have a flame light that I want in this area and the fire. I don't even want it here. I actually want it about there, with one tent being either here or there, most likely here. And then 2 tents here. I have a total of 3. Anyway, in theory, we'd have 1 tent here. Boom, scare. This will be all covered up, so you can't look in as you're walking by in, you know, the rest of the farm. Turn here. There's going to be another wall right about here. Boom, boom. 2 more tents. Another scare with the fire, of course. And then if I have the time, I wanted to do some twists and turns here, but we'll see if time permits that. But at least we will get to the end of the trail. And the good news is, you can go in as many times as you want. But we're making progress here. Even the moon confirms it. Who's ready to go on a picnic? Chloe, who donated these lovely items and clothing, helped me get these lovely folks all dolled up for their picnic. I may have to age their clothes a bit, but I wanted to at least get them on them so you could kind of get the idea. It's honestly very morbidly creepy with them in their clothes. It actually is kind of unsettling. And then I did mount 1 pole here, which is going to attach to here, and this will be kind of the walk around toward the exit. But we have to put the tents out still, have to put the campfire, but we are well on our way, folks. Of course, looks totally different during the nighttime. But the bags have been keeping the props, for the most part, protected from the rain, such as our fisherman friend over there. Like I said, nighttime changes the whole shebang. Well, it may not look like it yet, but Hurricane Helen is on its way here to Florida. Luckily, we're not going to get the bulk of it, so that's good. I feel bad for whoever will. However, I am just taking a few precautions. We're going to bring George, aka our ranger, inside. I think these guys will be okay because honestly, if they get a little nasty, they're corpses. They're supposed to be a little bit nasty. I'm going to leave this stuff. I have the bags over flesh-eating zombie and the fisherman. Hopefully the walls don't get completely destroyed. Fingers crossed. I think we'll be okay. But because we're so close to opening, to take them all down would just be defeating the purpose. So be gentle with the haunt, Helen, please. I guess we'll find out, won't we? You will find out really quickly. I will have to wait until the storm passes. Well, somehow, and remarkably somehow, of course you're going to have your debris everywhere, but the haunt is still intact. The walls dipped a bit, but I'm honestly floored because some of the coastal cities got hit really hard, so many prayers going out to them today. But in terms of Shelter 16, everything is still basically standing. This fell, but big whoop. You know, some palm fronds are on the ground. But even the corpse lady is still chilling out here. Now, there is some nastiness here, but in the haunt world, we just call that set deck. Well, because of the hurricane, had a bit of a delay this week, didn't want to put all this netting up knowing it might get torn down, so I went ahead and did it today. Got the netting there that's going to block. Obviously, it will be better at night, trust me. Then we also have this netting wall here, which will serve as the ending, because we're going to have the tents here, and you're going to turn this way, and the exit's going to be up here. So I went ahead and got this all blocked off. Again, the walls look much better at night because they're very see-through during the day, which is understandable given how they're built and all. Got our creepy campers, got our fisherman, zombie just to my left. I still need the crescent moon for our outhouse. Got a sign for the bear area, and I got this netting up here that is going to help us block off the gaze of any passersby. Well, I realized I was working all night and never even got a flippin' video. So here you kind of go. Keep in mind that Deathcrawler, the zombie, was out there, coming out of the ground. This guy was on the floor here, and Maniac is basically where he was, for real. But I'm feeling some raindrops, so I'm trying to cover them up with trash bags so they don't get ruined. But here is the front of the haunt yet again. Let me go over here real quick. I'll turn off the light. Obviously that barricade won't be in the way. This is just to deter guests from going in there during the day. Very sweet. If it looks dark, that is the intent, so do forgive the darkness. Here we go with our good friend George, the park ranger. Gonna get under here. I did move. I thought the wolf was gonna initially go here, but I ended up moving the wolf to right here. Could change that location. I'm not totally sure, but I like kind of that pose of him being right there. And then of course we have the Smokey the Bear sign. I have a sign to put on this fence that says beware bears. I did put this snake prop because it's pretty cool. And why not? Turn here, and now you can see Bog Zombie. Or maybe not because it's so dark, but there's Bog Zombie with this very nice ambient kind of bluish green glow. Similar color to what I used in Port Chum, as a matter of fact. Just a good color for haunts, I feel like. Here's Flesh-Eating Zombie here in the trees. Very creepy stuff. There's a light that's supposed to go on the fisherman, but I unplugged it to plug in that light for working over there. So unfortunately, he's not lit up at the moment. Have to get another light for these fine folks. Like a lantern light, more or less, flame light. I did put a wall up right here. And we have where the campfire will sort of be. That kind of light will be right here. I also put the Twilight Twitcher zombie out here. I don't know if this is going to be exactly where he goes, but I got him assembled and put him here, so here he is. Some of these walls, you'll notice, that I put up the other day did kind of droop, so I'm going to have to work on fixing those as the week progresses. But sometimes it's hard to do exactly what I want to do at night just because of the limitation of actually seeing what I'm doing. But come the daytime, I can work on that. Nighttime is when I like to do the lighting tests because you're never going to see it as accurately as you do in the dark. Ooh. I don't know if this video is catching any of this, but it just started downpouring. Had to quickly cover the stuff. You can see it's raining and wet. Had to cover up the props. The main thing I wanted to get was the wolf because it's made of fur. Look at that. Look at this. It looks kind of cool, but oh my gosh. Jeez. All right, ladies and germies. I've done a bit more work on Shelter 16. You're going to see a lot of stuff bagged up at the moment, and that's because it's meant to. It's been raining off and on here in Florida, so you will have to mind the bags, including on our beloved zombie wolf. He's still a good boy, though. No major changes here. You'll see in a minute I moved the snake from up there. Got our little outhouse here. Bog zombie all bagged up. Flesh-eating zombie all bagged up. It is crazy how the nighttime and lights make or break a haunt. Truly. Like, you do not want to walk in a haunt during the day, I'll tell you that, especially a trail like this. These fine folks are the same. This is a major change. So this was technically supposed to be where Shelter 16 was supposed to be, but I've kind of changed some things around. Now I'm thinking that the grounds themselves are the Shelter 16, I suppose. It's, you know, it's the cursed grounds or whatnot. You have a ranger station, and you have this, which, as of right now, kind of is like a little fisherman tackle type shop. I suppose it could be a fisherman's cabin, too. But there's the fisherman, and I wanted to use this lattice, which, of course, doesn't look great during the day, but trust me, the nighttime and with some lights will really spice it up. But I wanted another inside portion. I knew the clock was ticking, and I knew that that one took quite a bit of time, and I wanted to get something up. So here we go. And actually, you know what, for what it's worth, I think it's pretty cool. You have the little swinging severed heads in here. Hopefully people bump into them. Again, the lighting's really going to make the difference in this portion of the haunt. But I have some of the leftover props from Port Chum from last year. And I would like to have another wall right here, whether that be more of this or something else. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe one more lattice portion so it, you know, creates kind of a depth to it. Also have to get a wall here, so this is blocked off, of course. Like I said, if you have any ideas for this portion, it's subject to change, but I wanted to at least have another interior portion. And we have this wall here. The other thing you're going to notice that is a major difference are the tents. There are 3 tents, and actors dressed like zombies can pop out of them. Here we have Twilight Twitcher zombie. I went ahead and put this little zombie boy here, limiting zombie boy, sticking out of this tent. But I mean, he can kind of be put wherever an actor is not. He's just kind of a fill-in character. And we also have the snake here. I think those are great jump scare points. Boom, boom, boom. Because, you know, it's kind of in the open here. You can see across, but you're not going to know when the monster is going to pop out of the tent. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have the little campfire right here. Again, picture a wall right here. And then the guests will make their way to the exit. And again, if time permits, maybe an extension right here just to bring them up to the pathway. We want to elongate the time as much as possible to make sure people feel like they're getting a fuller experience, and I couldn't agree more. The storm definitely caused at least a week-long delay, and then also repairing whatever was damaged. Luckily, and thank God, we weren't hit very hard. The beaches were hit very hard. But, you know, it is just something to note that there could have been more done, I feel like, if time permitted. But the good news is this event runs for 4 weekends, so I can make tweaks as we go to adjust for what the guests enjoy the most. So that's cool. And today is October the 1st, so I'm going to take you on a little trip. We are getting closer and closer to the opening of Fearville. Of course, again, be mindful. There are a lot of things still in bags, or a couple of boxes, even my water bottle out. But I wanted to show you a few updates that I made. Not really so much here. Here's pretty much how it's been. I did get the bear crossing sign, which is going to be sweet when our giant zombie bear pops out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Nothing new here. Still got the restroom sign. Still have bog zombie. Still have flesh-eating zombie. The changes start right up here, though. I need the light on the fisherman again. It's being very much sorrowfully missed right here because it really adds a lot, and once I get the fog machine out, it'll look really, really cool. I adjusted this light a little bit more so you would see them a bit more. Might try to get a lantern light in that as well. Coming up here is this thing, this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, some kind of shed, some kind of tackle area. Regardless, it is not exactly the shelter I had in mind, but I think it's going to work out just fine for the haunt. You can see the flicker light in here, which I think looks really cool. I have 3 flicker lights in total. One there, one in the cabin itself, and one right here. And if you can see, there are the severed heads up. And when you walk right here, you get yourself a dose of Rick Ratman. Check him out. So there you go, as you're walking. Real creepy. Right in the dark. But there is Rick Ratman. Looking really cool in that area. I still need to block this area off. You can see I've been testing out some lighting here. I think that looks kind of interesting with how it kind of cascades up the tree. And it illuminates this right here. You also have the little leg. I need to illuminate this area over here because Twilight Twitcher is all in the dark. I feel really sad for him. As is the limb-eating zombie boy, just kind of here chilling. So I need to get better lighting on them. Likewise with the front of this, but right here, you can see where the campfire will be. And you have the Spike Zombie, whom I gotta say in this placement does look pretty cool. There is that branch kind of in his way. I might have to move that down so you can get a... I just need to make sure that his sensor goes off, but that's where he's going. Actually, I think he looks pretty cool there. And then, of course, once this is blocked off, then it will be kind of a clear exit right here to the front. Although it's very dark right now, so it's a little bit hard to see. Maybe that's a little better? Nope, it's not. Anyway, you get the idea. Very exciting stuff. A few days away from opening. It's October. It's going to be a good time.